Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into some timeless wisdom that feels more relevant now than ever. Have you ever felt overwhelmed by anger, bogged down by worrying, or exhausted from constant arguments? It feels like the background noise of modern life, doesn't it? But what if I told you that thousands of years ago, ancient philosophers and thinkers had already figured out the secret to a calmer, happier, and more meaningful life? Their advice was surprisingly simple: no anger, no worries, no arguments. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Is that even possible? Am I supposed to become a robot with no emotions? Stick with me, because it's not about suppressing our feelings. It's about mastering them. It's about learning to navigate life with wisdom and grace, just as the ancients taught. So, let us explore these three powerful principles and see how we can apply them to find a little more peace in our own busy lives. Let's start with the first principle: no anger. Anger is a powerful, fiery emotion. It can feel justified, even righteous, in the moment. Someone cuts you off in traffic, a colleague takes credit for your work, a friend lets you down, and boom, that familiar heat rises. The Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "The greatest remedy for anger is delay." He wasn't suggesting we ignore injustice, but that we give ourselves a moment to breathe before we react. Think about it. How many times have you said or done something in the heat of anger that you later regretted? Anger clouds our judgment. It makes us focus on retaliation rather than resolution. The ancients understood that anger is a choice. We can't always control what happens to us, but we can absolutely control how we respond. When you feel that spark of anger, try this: pause, take a deep breath. Ask yourself, will reacting angrily solve this problem, or will it just create another one? More often than not, a calm and measured response is far more powerful and effective. It's not about being weak. It's about being wise. It's about choosing your peace over a fleeting, destructive outburst. This isn't about letting people walk all over you. It's about handling conflict with intelligence and a clear mind, preserving your energy for what truly matters. Now, let's talk about the second pillar of a wise life: no worries. Worrying. That persistent little voice in our heads that loves to play the what-if game. What if I fail the presentation? What if I get sick? What if they don't like me? Worrying lives in the future. A future that hasn't happened yet and, in most cases, never will in the way we imagine. The philosopher Lao Tzu, in the Tao Te Ching, offered this profound insight: if you are depressed, you are living in the past. If you are anxious, you are living in the future. If you are at peace, you are living in the present. This is the core of overcoming worrying, bringing your attention back to the here and now. Most of our anxieties are about things that are completely outside of our control. We worry about the weather, the economy, what other people think of us. The ancients would ask, can you do anything about it right now? If the answer is yes, then take action instead of worrying. If the answer is no, then worrying is a pointless waste of your precious mental energy. A practical technique is to schedule a worrying time. Give yourself 15 minutes a day to consciously think about all your worries. When a worrying pops up outside of that time, gently tell yourself, I'll think about that later. During my worrying time, you'll be amazed how many of those worries seem insignificant when you finally get to them, or how your mind naturally finds solutions when you're not constantly stressing. Living without worrying isn't about being naive. It's about being present and focusing your energy on what you can actually influence. Finally, we arrive at the third principle: no arguments. This one can be tricky. We live in a world that seems to thrive on debate and disagreement, especially online. But when the ancients spoke of no arguments, they weren't advocating for a world without discussion or different viewpoints. They were talking about avoiding pointless, ego-driven disputes, the kind of arguments where the goal isn't to find truth, but simply to be right. How often do we argue just to prove a point, to defend our ego, or to put someone else in their place? These battles rarely lead to anything productive. They drain our energy, damage relationships, and create resentment. The wise approach is to learn the art of skillful communication and, just as importantly, the art of strategic silence. Before jumping into a debate, ask yourself, what is the purpose of this conversation? Is it to understand, or simply to win? If it's the latter, consider disengaging. A great saying from ancient wisdom is that a wise person knows what to overlook. Not every comment needs a rebuttal. Not every disagreement needs to become a fight. Choosing not to argue is a sign of immense strength and self-control. It shows that you value harmony and your own peace of mind more than the temporary satisfaction of winning a pointless squabble. It's about engaging in constructive dialogue where you listen as much as you speak, and gracefully bowing out of conflicts that serve no purpose but to feed the ego. So, how do we bring these three ancient principles, no anger, no worries, no arguments, into our modern lives? It's a practice, not a destination. It starts with self-awareness. Begin by simply noticing. Notice when you feel anger rising. Notice when your mind starts to spiral with worrying. Notice when you feel the pull to jump into a pointless argument. Just observing these patterns without judgment is the first and most crucial step. Then, you can start to apply the techniques we've discussed. When angry, pause and breathe. When worried, bring yourself back to the present moment and focus on what you can control. When faced with a potential argument, ask yourself if it's truly necessary. This isn't about achieving perfection overnight. There will be days when you get angry, or worrying, or get drawn into a silly debate. And that's okay. The goal is progress, not perfection. Each time you choose a calm response over an angry one, or presence over worrying, or peace over an argument, you are strengthening a muscle. You are actively cultivating a more tranquil and resilient inner world. The wisdom of the ancients isn't just some dusty philosophy. It's a practical user manual for a better life. It teaches us that true power isn't about controlling the world around us, but about mastering the world within us. By letting go of anger, releasing worrying, and avoiding needless arguments, we free up so much mental and emotional space. We create room for joy, creativity, connection, and peace. It's a journey back to a simpler, wiser way of being. Thank you so much for joining me today to explore this profound and life-changing wisdom. I hope these ancient principles inspire you to cultivate a little more peace in your daily life. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel for more content on living a wiser, happier life. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Which of these three principles resonates with you the most? Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.